Alright, Shalom. Call Halal Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God. Okay, by Hashem in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I'm going to give a shout out to the Akim that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird out there whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations, okay, the heathen nations being the nations that you see on this chart, from the nations 2 on down. Also, if your lineage, your seed line goes back to the 12 patriarchs, the 12 tribes, as I'm about to pull up on the other chart. If any of your seed line, your bloodline goes back to any of these tribes through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth, then you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child out there. If this does apply to you, you are Israelites, though you may look like the heathen nations due to the scattering of the Israelites. Okay, so we will look like all other nations. Okay, if you can receive it to the few Akwaf, which is you sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, where this word is going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that you see on this chart right here, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah. And once again, you saw in that clip, this clip right here I just played to you, is more of Esau Edom. To anybody that's new, Esau Edom is, okay, who you know in society as the so-called Caucasian race. They're the Edomites, okay, of the scriptures, okay, the wicked, okay, and they added again, okay, because first you had the whole, Jersey City shooting with the dude, I believe his name was Anderson, okay, and he was a so-called black Hebrew Israelite, which we're not black, okay. The Hebrew Israelites consist of the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. And we also have, like I said earlier in the video, you have, okay, Israelites that look like, let me pull that chart back up. You have Israelites that look like the other heathen nations, okay? 2 on down once again. You have Israelites that look like the other nations, okay? So this whole black narrative is just Esau's way of trying to put some sort of demonic or terroristic vibration on us, okay? Because if you go into black means void of light, okay? And you automatically hear black people, right? What do you think of? You think of the negative. You think of drugs. You think of guns. You think of murderers, okay? Pimps, okay? You think of all that, okay? And that's why the scriptures say, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. This is just another one of Esau's devices to persecute, okay, the Israelites, okay, starting with the men of the Lord that's pushing his word out, because he's threatening, okay, especially the so-called, Jew, okay, who are of the tribe of Amalek, who are also Edomites. They're the head tribe of the house of Esau, okay. They're threatened by this word, okay. And real quick, I think it's Malachi 1. And let me just look in the box, because you saw what they did this time. They put in the they put on the news that somebody put basically who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, which is real name, as they saw in that sign, that video, Yahweh Shai is coming, and he is coming, okay? He's coming, okay, down on you Edomites, okay? Because you're in rulership and you're destroying the earth right now, okay? And let me get this real quick before I ramble on. This is Malachi 1 and 14. I was in the right chapter. It says, let me see. But it says, but cursed be the deceiver. Who's the deceiver? Okay? It's mainly you Edomites. You Edomites are deceiving the world right now. You've deceived the world, okay? It says, but cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and they voweth and they sacrifice unto the Lord to Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. And this is what you're seeing. This name, okay, the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is dreadful among these heathens, because you're finding out, okay, that what this book is saying, that this book, okay, is a book of lamentation, mourning, and woes. Okay, you're finding out that this book is not all about love, okay? It's not all about, everybody getting together. It's not all about none of that, okay? This book is only for you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and anyone of the speckled bird that can receive this, okay? This is your book, and that's what's being brought out now. Okay, when Esau was controlling the narrative of the Bible, okay, with his so-called Christianity and these different other false religions, okay, he was doing it to uphold Edomite supremacy, to make himself, okay, be above all. But now that's being broken down. The strongholds, as it says, let me get Isaiah 25:7. I wasn't even planning on getting these scriptures, but just come to mind as I flow. This Isaiah 25:7, it says, and he will destroy in this mountain, right, this government, the face of the current cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. And that's what's happening. Okay, the covering cast, okay, is being uplifted off off the eyes of the people, especially the elect of the nation of Israel, our people in general, but mainly the elect, because the elect is the only ones that's gonna really wake up. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're not gonna receive it on this side. They're just gonna continue, being docile until they get destroyed. Okay, that covering cast is being lifted. All of Esau's lies, okay, all the things that he made you people believe, okay, it's all coming, crashing down. Okay. But let me see this. This is Isaiah 43:11. Is that 11? Nope, 10. Right? But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is full, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Okay, and that's what's happening. These Edomites, these devils, they've been exposed. Okay, so now they about to come. Okay, with the kitchen sink, so to say, they about to throw the kitchen sink. They're about to come down with great wrath, because they know they have but a short time. And you keep hearing them throw anti-Semitic, okay? There's no such thing as Semitic. It's anti-Shemitic, okay? And real quick, let me get anti-Semitic. Salakia from all over the place. Just a lot of things that come out. It says anti-Semitic, hostile, to be prejudiced against Jews, okay? And real quick, I'm gonna show you. There's many nations that are Shemitic, not Semitic, okay? Just a real quick, scoop on that, okay? Let me type in Shem. Esau, he's scared, man. That's what it really is. That's what it really boils down to. This is, I'm going to start at the 4th verse and I'm going to jump down, right? It says, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And these are Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham, okay, is you people, these so-called Africans. They're the Hamites, okay? You so-called Negroes, you're not Hamites, okay? You're Shemites, okay? And I'm going to skip down, right? This is 1 Corinthians 1:17. The sons of Shem, Elam, that's the so-called East Indian, okay? Asher, Assyrians, Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, Uz, and Hol, and Gether, and Meshach. And Arphaxad begat Shelah, and Shelah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of the one was Peleg, because in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Elmadad, Salakia, and Eliphat, Eliat, and Sheleph, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerah, and Hodaram also Uzo, and Dikla, and it says Ebal, Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Sarug, Nahor, Terah. Here it is. Abram, the same as Abraham, right? Abraham is our forefather. The sons of Abraham, Isaac and Ishmael, right? These are the generations, the firstborn of Ishmael. The Ishmael, those so-called, what you see in the Middle East, in the Middle East. It says, Nebaioth, then Kedar and Abil. It says Mibsam. It says I think it says Mishma and Duma, Masa, Hadad, and Tima. Right? It says Jeter, Napish, Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael. Right? Now the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, she bare Zimram, Jokshan, Midian, Ishbak, Shua, and the sons of Joshan, and Sheba and Dedan, the sons of Midian, Ephah, Epher, Henok, Abida, Adiah. All these are the sons of Keturah, and Abraham begat Isaac. The sons of Isaac, Esau, and Israel, which is Jacob, okay? That's us. Okay, Esau, Edom, that's who? The Edomites. I mean, the so-called white race, and we're so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You're the Israelites. Okay, we're both Shemites. Moab, okay, they're also Shemites. Okay, but with these so-called Jews, these Amalekites, what they'll do is when they say anti-Semitic, they'll just claim it as you're against them. When there's many different other nations that come out of that are actually Shemites, okay? It's showing you it's all BS with them, okay? But they're just being exposed. So they just doing whatever they could, okay, to stop, this truth from coming out. That's exposing, So I'm gonna get something real quick. Right? Actually, it's in the book, the KJV. Bear with me real quick. Like I said, this might be a little bit long because there's a lot to go into. Plus, it might be, it might be all over the place because there's a lot to come out. So, Lord willing, you get it. Okay. This is what's happening. Okay. All right. This is what's happening. Okay. It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter and 1. It says, for the ungodly say reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Okay? And this is what these Edomites are saying. Okay? So let me continue on. It says, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned to ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Right? And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trance of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. So it's showing you that these devils, they know that their time is short, and they know that after this empire that you see, this very structure, America, okay, the EU, NATO, okay, this what you're seeing right now. Once all this goes up in smoke, which it will go up in smoke via thermonuclear missiles, that's it, man. They're not coming back into power. That's it for them, okay? It's going to be what? 1,000 years of slavery. Then after they do their 1,000 years, you Edomites, according to Obadiah 1:18, you're going to be burnt away, man. You're going to be done away with. The only nation is going to be done away with. And they know that. This shows you they know that, okay? And this is the time we're living in now, okay? Their time is passing away. Everything is coming out, okay? They're dying on opioids. They're, being despised amongst all people. This is what's happening, right? Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Who's the poor righteous man? The Israelites, man. You are oppressing our people. You're doing that right now. Okay? End game, the main goal for these Edomites, okay, is to keep their foot on you Israelites' necks, okay? Because they know that you are going to take them out of power. You're going to go above them, okay? Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be by the law of justice, right? Through these so-called laws and legislation that they pass, okay, in the White House, man. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law and objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with this, with these words, man, with these scriptures, man. We're showing you, okay, through this the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim El Shah, okay, the names that you're scared of, okay, that the way you're running society, okay, is anti-Messiah. It's anti-Messiah, it's wicked, okay, and it's going off. It's going way the hell off, okay, but you're the wicked, okay, and that's why we're contrary to them. They're the wicked, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the righteous, even though you see 2/3 of our people following, okay, the ways of the wicked, because the scriptures say they've been seduced by the ways of the wicked, okay? Esau pushed that wickedness on our people. He forced that wickedness on the majority of our people, okay? It says, he professed to have the knowledge of Yahweh, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. And that's what's being, we are. We are the children of Israel. Who fits the curses of Deuteronomy 28th chapter? You so-called Jews don't, okay? You don't. You don't fit none of the curses, man. Okay? You don't fit the curses. You don't fit prophecy, period. The only way you fit prophecy if it's the Lord, okay, getting ready to set up like you see now to come back and destroy you. That's the only thing you're fulfilling. And this, what you're doing right now, trying to demonize the name Yahweh by Shemel Shah and the men that's pushing it, that's prophecy. You're fulfilling prophecy doing that. Okay? He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. And it's right. Okay, real quick. This is Ezekiel 36 and 36 and 1. It says, also thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say ye, mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in our possession. Okay? And what's the ancient high places, okay, of that these heathen, okay, have of our people, their land. Who's in the land of Israel right now? You got Amalek, the so-called Jew, okay. You have the Palestinians, Ishmael, okay. You have the you got Ethiopia, you got Cush in there, which is the Ethiopians, Hamites, okay? You probably got a few Moabites over there, okay? You got all these heathens that's in that land, fighting over that land, okay? Claiming it to be theirs, man. It's mainly you so-called Palestinians and you so-called Jews, okay? You Amalek, okay? But you said, aha, we got ancient places, they're high ancient places in our possession. And what do you mainly have? Okay, that's ours. You're claiming to be us, man. You're claiming to be the real Jews, and everybody else is just, okay, Chinese. Everybody else is just black, Latino, Puerto Rican, Indian. You're claiming that, man. Okay? That's what you're doing. That's what you've been doing, okay? But what does it say? Real quick, I believe it's Jeremiah 14, right? The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah concerning concerning the earth. It says, Judah, which Judah you so-called Negroes, mourneth, and the gates thereof languisheth. They are black onto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Okay? And what does Jew come from? Where you think that comes from? It comes from Judah. Okay? The so-called Negroes, okay, are the true Jews, man. Okay? That's facts, man. Okay? And it said that they will be mourning. You Amalekites ain't mourning. You know why you're not mourning? Because you receive, okay, if I believe what, $5 billion, if I'm not mistaken. You receive, I know you receive billions of dollars from the United States government, man. Okay? You control the media, you control the music, you control, okay, the banking system, you control the food, you control everything that's being ran in society. You are running it. And the Israelites will be what? In the lowest state, man. And they had to go to the heathens for one of all things. Why are you not going to the heathens for one of all things? Because you're not the real people. Okay? And that's not the only thing that could prove that you're not the real, the real Jews, man. Okay? This is Lamentations 4 and 8. It says their vision is blacker, and if you go into that word black, it goes into Kadar, it means what? Dark skin. Okay? The people that's claiming to be the Jews now, you Amalekites, you have leprosy. And don't get me wrong, I always put this out there. You have Israelites amongst all these heathen nations. Not everybody you see that's an Edomite is an Edomite. Not everybody that you see that's a Moabite is a Moabite. And I actually have a lesson coming up to show you that. But going back to what I was saying, it says their vision is blacker than the coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaved to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick. And why are they not known in the streets? Okay, because Jeremiah 17 and 4 told you that that we will discontinue from thy heritage. Okay. And also in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, you heathens, okay, you consulted together, all you heathen nations consulted together to make the name of Israel no more in remembrance. So you beat, mainly you Edomites, you beat, okay, you've paid trillions of dollars to keep who we were, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were in the society, okay? You spent trillions of dollars, man, okay, through your school systems. Your school systems is nothing but a way to indoctrinate our people, okay, and keep them further away from knowing who they were, and also to lead them astray. Make sure they don't find out the names of Yahweh Bashim El Shah, man, okay? That's why we're not known in the streets. And it also says, not to get everybody confused, that and the curses in Deuteronomy 28 and 46, I believe, okay, how you will put a yoke of iron upon our people until you have destroyed our people. And that's what you did. You destroyed our people. You beat the heritage out of our people. Okay, that's why they cling on to the proverbs, the bywords that you put on them was black, African American. Okay, I'm Hispanic. Okay, I'm Native American from this tribe. That's why they're doing that, because you beat their nationality out of them, man. Okay? And one more thing, to show you, this is Zechariah 9 and 6. Okay? And that's another thing. Going back to that scripture I just read, it said that they are not known in the streets. Why are you saying that you're the real Jews? According to the scriptures, the real Jews, they would not know who they were. Okay? For a period of time, they would not know who they were. You claim to be that. So what's going on here? Something's not adding up. It's because you're not the real people. Okay? This is Zechariah 9 and 6, and it says, "And the bastard," you know what, let me get this in the blue letter. This is Zechariah, going back, because I want to go into that word. This is Zechariah 9:6. It says, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines." Okay? And if you hold on. Let me look it up. It was something to show you that Ashdod is actually, let me type it in, Ashdod. Right? Right? Ashdod is the sixth largest city in the largest port in Israel, accounting for 60% of the country's imported goods. Ashdod is located in the southern district of the country on the Mediterranean coast, where it is situated between Tel Aviv to the north 32 kilometers away and Ashkelon to the south 20 kilometers away. So that's modern Tel Aviv, man. It said a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, man. Okay? And let's get that. Let me show you the definition of bastard, right? This gotta come out, man. These people, they've been getting away with, the lying, the robbery, the murder for so long. It's coming out now. And you don't like it, Esau. Well, guess what? It's gonna come out anyway. Let's type the definition bastard. Right? Bastard. It says illegitimate child. Okay? An illegitimate child, man. Let me show you the other one. Bastardly. Condition of illegitimacy. Let's get illegitimacy. Just in case. Alright? Illegitimacy. And that word bastardly comes up. Let me go on Google. Some of you probably already know what it means. I'm just going to get it anyway. Illegitimate. Illegitimate. Not authorized by law. Not in accordance with acceptance standards or rules. A person who is illegitimate by verse. Not recognized as lawful offspring, specifically born of parents not married to each other. Not rightly deduced or inferred, man. And you are imposters, man. Okay? And another thing, how did you get over there in Israel? Because the scriptures say that the children of Israel, that the Lord said he was going to bring, his people back to the land of Israel. Well, how did you get over there? Let's look up the Balfour Declaration. This is how those gutter rats you see, who claim to be us right now, they got over here. This is the Balfour Declaration. It says the Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the First World War, announcing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people. And we're not Jewish. If you go into the word ish means to pertain to be like, people in Palestine, then in an Ottoman region with a small minority Jewish population. This is why they're over there, That's not prophecy. That's not prophetic. You did that on your own. The Lord said he was going to bring his people, out of the land of their captivity and bring them back to their own land, man, to their own country, man. So why are you already over there? That hasn't happened yet. Because they're not the real people. They're imposters, man. They're illegitimate, like the scripture, like they said. They're a bastard, man. This is Revelations 2. You're not fooling nobody. You fooled the world for so long, but you're not fooling the Most High. This is Revelations 2:9. It says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan." And that's what they are. They're Satan, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. That's what you Edomites are. From Amalek, you Amalekites and you Edomites, who are all Edomites, You're all the synagogue of Satan, And yet it's being found out by the world. That's why you getting ready to come out with that persecution, man, because you know that your time is up. You know that playtime's over. You know what's getting ready to happen. You and everybody else know what's getting ready to happen. Okay? They're getting ready to make calling the names Yahweh by Shem Shah, okay? A terrorist, a act of terrorism, basically. Okay? That's getting ready to be considered terrorism just by calling the names Yahweh by Shem Shah, because they know the power that's behind those names. They know that when our people get in their right state of mind, they call upon those names, that's a big no-no for these heathens. Okay? This is right? Uh, Actually, let me get an example, okay? Like I said, once again, Salakia from all over the place. This might be, jumping around too much, but, it's just a lot to get on this subject. I'm going to get this scripture, right? Actually, you know what? Before I get that scripture, let me get what I was going to get. Persecute. Synagogue. Right? Bear with me real quick. Yep, I get Luke 21 and right? I started Luke 21 and I started Luke 21:6. It's gonna be a little bit lengthy. It says, "As for these things which ye behold, the days will come, and the which there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down." And they asked him, saying, "Master, but when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign there be when these things shall come to pass?" And he said, "Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach," which Christ goes into anointed. "And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by." And you're seeing these signs right now. Wars and rumors of wars. Okay? Whether it's civil war, okay? You see the thing going on about Trump and the impeachment. You got Trump supporters that saying that they're gonna go out blasting before they just let Donald Trump get impeached, man. Then you got the people on the other side that's against Trump. They want him out of there, man. So this thing's gonna blow up one way or another. Okay, then you got the different nations. They beefing with America, which is gonna lead to World War III. But anyway, let's continue on. Then said he unto them, "Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in the divers places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and to the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake." Okay? This is what they're getting ready to do. Okay? It's going to be Esau, but he's going to push, like he's doing right now, he's going to push a narrative, okay, to the world that we, okay, are terrorists, okay? That we're the problem on why things are going the way they're going, okay? And that we must be stopped. We need to be done away with, man. Okay? This is what they're getting ready to do. Esau, the wicked of our people, that don't want to get right, that want to continue, living this death style that they living in these heathen nations, because they're being told as well that they're going to captivity. Okay? And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate what ye shall say, what ye shall answer. It says, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist, man. So we're going to be, brought to the gates of the nobles, like it says, I believe, in Isaiah the 13th chapter. We're going to be brought to these higher level governments, the elites themselves that's hiding in the shadows doing all this wickedness. We're going to be brought before them. And they're going to question us, okay, on whatever questions they have. And the Lord said not to meditate, okay, on what we going to say to them, man. Don't think about when you get rounded up, right, that you're going to be like, well, I'm going to say this if they say this. No, the Lord's going to give you wisdom. So you don't even have to worry about what they're going to say. Because if you watch these videos, if you pushing this word out, okay, they already got you, down on their list. Okay, even if you're not pushing this word out, you still watch the videos, you still on their list. Okay? And you shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish, and your patience possess your souls, man. Okay? That's what's about to happen, man. A lot of your friends, a lot of your family members, okay, the people you know in the world, your co-workers at work, they're gonna buck up against you and they're gonna betray you, man. And I have to spiritually, have to take that into consideration. I think about that, but it is what it is. But now I'm gonna get what I was gonna get earlier. Okay? Some of us are going to have to actually, be put to death, but we're not really being put to death. We're just sleeping for a moment, like the scriptures say. So I'm actually probably going to do a video on that as well. It says, this is Sirach 2:6. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Okay? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction, man. And this is going to be a time of what? Persecution, affliction, man. Okay? And this is nothing new, okay? This happened before. Let me type in Daniel, the 6th chapter. They did this before, man. These heathens have always done that, okay? Right? This is Daniel's, this is a prime example. This is one of our forefathers, man. This is Daniel 6:1. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. And these was, I believe, the Persians. They went to rule the seat. Okay? It says, she'd be over the whole kingdom. And over these three presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was referred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Okay? So Daniel was an Israelite, okay, and I believe the king set him up. The king gave him a high position, right? So look what happened. Then the presidents and the princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could not find an occasion nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. And that's what we're doing now. All we're doing is pushing this word. All we're doing is bringing out, okay, the truth, okay? And we're not out there, killing. You do have dudes that, they just bugged out and they'll do that. But for us, we're not really doing none of that. We're not violent, okay? The scriptures tell us not to be carnal, but to be spiritual, okay? And that's what Esau is trying to do. Esau is trying to find fault. He's trying to find some sort of way, some sort of angle, okay, to accuse us of being domestic terrorists. He can't find them. The same thing happened with Daniel in that time, right? Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the lions den. Okay, so this is what they tried to do. They made basically an unrighteous decree, okay, so they could trap Daniel up because they was envious over what he received from the king, man. Okay, and what's Esau envious of when it comes to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? The birthright, man, that blessing, man, the kingdom, the eternal, everlasting kingdom that you got coming to you. When his kingdom goes down, is we're in now. Okay. Now, O king, established the decree and signed the writing, that it be not changed, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which alter not. Right? Wherefore, King Darius signed the writing in the decree. Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward toward Jerusalem. He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his power, before his God, as he did aforetime. Okay, so he prayed to Yahweh, okay, Bashim Shah, okay, meaning Yahweh, right, 3 times a day. And they knew that, okay? They basically wanted Daniel done away with, Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplications before his God. Then they came there and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which alter not. Then answered they and said before the king that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and he set his heart on Daniel to deliver him, and he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded that they brought Daniel and cast him into the lions' den. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. Basically making mock. Let's see if your God, he knew, right? The power was behind him, right? Because the king actually had, favor, towards Daniel, okay? And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might stand, not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting, neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste onto the dens of the lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power, is thy God, whom thou servest, continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then Daniel said unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent angels and have shut the lion's mouth, and they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. So the Lord, he sent his angels to close the mouth of the lions, man. The lions, then he put the spirit on the lions, okay, to not attack Daniel when they threw him in there, man. Because what? He was innocent. He was found blameless, okay, in the eyes of Yahweh, okay? Just like the elect, it says, who can charge the Most High's elect, man? The elect are found blameless, man. So you Edomites, when you come with this, it's not going to work, man, because in your eyes, in your system, you think, okay, they're guilty, okay, they're criminals, But in the eyes of the supreme power, what does he find him? Blameless, man. It's gonna be the same thing on this realm, man. Okay? And guess what happens after this? Then Daniel said unto the king, O king, live forever. I read that, right? The 23rd verse. Then was the king exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no man of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his power, man. He didn't fear, okay, that decree that they put out, that if they called upon the names, that you will be thrown in the lion's den. Okay? He trusts in Yahweh Bashim Shah. He put, okay, he called on that name, period, because he believed, he had faith, okay, that Yahweh, okay, the Lord was going to deliver him out of that, man. And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened, man. Okay? And the king commanded, and they brought those men which has accused Daniel, and they cast them into the lion's den, them, their children, and their wives. And the lion had the mastery of them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. So the same men that try to, get Daniel, they try to trap Daniel, they try to get him killed over being envious over his position. The king threw them in the lion's den. What happened? The lions ate their ass up, man. Ate them, the wives, and their children, man. Okay? What you think gonna happen to Esau? When Esau, okay, comes down, with great wrath, when he tries to kill, all he mainly wants to come down with the elect, okay? He wants to come against the elect. What's gonna happen, man? Okay? The Lord's gonna intervene, then what's he gonna do? He's gonna lift up that standard, like it says in Isaiah 49 and 19, man. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Lord shall lift up a standard against them, man. Just like he lifted up a standard against just like what I just read, Salakia. Just like what I just read, when he lifted up when they basically try to kill Daniel because he called on those names, the Lord basically lifted the standard up. He defended Daniel. It's gonna be the same thing now, man. Okay, it's gonna be the same thing now. Ecclesiastes 1. Yep, this is Ecclesiastes 1 and 8. All things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that had been it is that which shall be, and that which is done, that which shall be done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? There had been already of old time, which was before us. Okay? So, same thing, the same, it was the same, setup with these heathens trying to, stop us. Back then, it's going to be the same thing now. This is the time we living in. But guess what? Just like the Lord pulled through for our forefathers, okay, he's going to pull through for us. We got to have faith in that, including myself as well, because I'm not excluded. Bear with me real quick. We in the book of Acts, man, because it also happened in the book of Acts. Okay? We go and Acts the 5th chapter, the 39th to 40th verse. They also wanted the disciples to stop using the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. The same thing that happened. The same thing is happening now. Okay? But the Lord got us. Okay? Gotta find that scripture. Bear with me. Scripture went like, yep, Deuteronomy 4:39. Um, this Deuteronomy, I'll get to the point. This is Deuteronomy 4:35. Unto thee it was showed that thou mightest know that the Lord Yahweh, he is God. There is none else beside him. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee. And upon earth he showed thee his great fire, and thou heardest his words out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved thy fathers, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt, to drive out nations from before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee in, to give thee their land for inheritance as it is this day. Okay? And isn't Esau Edom right now? Isn't he mighty? More mighty than us when it comes to military, when it comes to money, when it comes to having an influence over the world? Yes, of course. It was the same thing as before. It's going to be the same thing now. Okay, so the Lord's going to do that again. He's about to do this again. Now, therefore, this day, know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart that the Lord, he is God in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath there is none else. Okay? Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy power giveth thee forever. Okay? So we gotta, include myself as always, so I'm not excluded. We gotta consider when these times come, because it's gonna be hard, it's not gonna be easy, It's not gonna be easy when you're gonna have your family members betray you, when you got Esau lying, okay, the way he is, okay? These other nations after you, it's gonna feel like, the whole world's against us. Well, really, it is the whole world against us, okay? But we just gotta consider that. We gotta consider Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that they're with us, man. Those names are gonna be our buckler and our shield in those times, man. Okay? We gotta consider it, man. Because if you don't consider it, you're not gonna make it. Okay? You're not gonna make it through these times. And once again, I do say it to myself, because we in them times, man. We in the times of the book of Acts, man. They getting ready to, demonize. They're already doing it, but they're getting ready to really demonize, okay, this truth, okay? Because it's affecting them and their empire, okay? So, call halal Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom to the elect. This might have been a little bit lengthy, but it is what it is. I got what I need to get out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom to the elect. Abba Babo, Abad Ha Ayapiya, Kwam Yasharala. Once again, shalom to the elect.